Common Sense Radio.
Good morning, you bunch of drunks.
Once every year, our ancestors come back to our world
Please have a safe journey.
to see family and friends. But no living person has ever visited their world. Until now.
All right, who's in there?
I'm sorry. What's going on? Dante, wait up! You gotta stay with me, boy. We don't know where we are.
So the latest from Disney is a movie called Coco. Probably you've heard about it by now. Maybe you haven't. Maybe you've even seen it by now. Maybe you haven't. Maybe there's something that's keeping you from seeing it because you're thinking it might be something that it's not. But this is quite possibly one of the more perfect Disney movies to come along in a long, long time. And they get it right on pretty much every single level with this movie. I mean, it is a great movie. Took the kids to see it last night, and it was fantastic on a couple of levels. Well, first of all, some of you might think, okay, so it's Disney, and it's, involving Hispanic culture, whatever, and I'm going to go see this movie, and they're going to take some swipe at Donald Trump, or they're going to make me feel bad because I'm not Hispanic, and they're going to make some crack about immigration or a wall, or they'll something will come out of it, but there is zero of that. It's every bit a fantastic story with the visuals are unbelievable. The characters are fantastic. It's got the great return of the ostentatious demise of the bad guys. It's about as far as I can go in that sense. But it's every bit classic Disney that you're going to absolutely love the movie.
I'm excited.
Your kids will love it too.
Yeah.
It really is amazing. I don't know how long it took them to make the movie or whatever, but they had a variety of consultants on it. I think at first they had a different name, and it caused a little controversy because they talked about the Day of the Dead or whatever, and it was in Spanish, and there were people from the Hispanic community who were a little concerned about whether or not they were going to be using that particular day, which is an important day, a seriously taken day in the Hispanic culture, and and so they changed it, and the name of it, and it's not, and Miguel is the main character, but it's not called Miguel either. It's called Coco, which is his grandmother, his great grandmother. Wow. And so it really is a great movie. And I think what also happened, oddly enough, is I think because they anticipated people might think this is another Disney political statement shoved down your throat type of thing. They said, I know what we'll do. We'll put something about Elsa and Anna in front of it, and that'll appease people. And that it wasn't necessary to do that. But it was interesting, though, because they do have a half-hour short before. It's almost a half hour, it seems. Jeez. That is the update on the Olaf and the Christmas tradition type of thing, which is great, although I was a little confused because at first I'm watching it and I'm thinking, all right, so is Coco going to come out of one of the boxes or behind one of the trees, or is Coco going to be under one of the covers in the palace? Or because I thought, I was like, what am I didn't know there was a short ahead of it.
What's the connection? Yeah.
So I was thinking this was the movie. I'm thinking, I didn't see anything about that when I was looking into it. I didn't do a whole lot of research on the movie itself. Anyway, I thought like, oh, this is, but that was an interesting little bit beforehand.
The shorts, that's pretty long.
Yeah, it is pretty long.
For short,
yeah.
holy moly.
Right, exactly. But the movie itself is great, and I think that people, if you talk to somebody about it already, then I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. But it doesn't have, and I know that a lot of you have preconceived ideas about what the movie might be and whether or not you want to sit through it. But I guarantee you will, and it's not something. If you've seen it, you have some comments on it. Great, 969-9797-866-455-9797. They even actually get it right when it comes to. They had to have some consultants. I'm surprised they didn't consult Richard Winter over there at the Garden View Care Centers, because Coco is in the throes of dementia, essentially. And with dementia, and so they even get this right about people who are in the throes of dementia. They may not remember who you are, but they'll remember things from 50 years ago. And they'll remember them distinctly. I mean, they'll remember. And that plays a part in the movie, ultimately, but proved to me, knowing a little bit about this and about, what happens with people with dementia, they even got that right.
Wow.
So it's definitely worth your time and your money, because it's a really good, typical, classic Disney movie. And I don't know how they keep doing this, where they come up with something brand new, but it's really something.
I wouldn't think that they could top Frozen.
No,
I wouldn't think that they would be able to do it, but I've heard nothing but incredible things about Coco.
Yeah. I mean, it's really good, and I would encourage you to check it out.
My girlies saw it; they loved it.
Yeah,
I didn't go, so I can't comment on it. I didn't see it. My mom and dad took them, but Hannah comes home and she's like, "It was happy, sad."
Oh,
I cried a little bit.
It's very. I mean, really, honestly, it's very in many ways very emotional.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. I mean, I think Natalie was struck a little bit by it too, without getting too much into the plot. But for the first time I think I've ever seen her, she woke up wandering around the house and wanting me for some reason last night.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But it ties into a little bit of that. I think that's probably one of the results of the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know, but nonetheless, it's very. It's a great movie, so I'd encourage you to see it. Definitely, I'd see it. I'd go see it today again, because it's that good.